Welcome viewers to the mathematics series of grade 12 year. Today we are going to discuss matrix. This is third part. We have already discussed two parts in the previous session, the basic and adding of two matrix, and the second one multiplying a scalar with a matrix. Now today we will see some more operations on mathematics. The first thing, property of matrix addition. Second is properties of scalar multiplication of a matrix. And we will then solve few examples to be comfortable with use of matrices. So the first properties of matrix addition. The first is commutative law. So the commutative law, the first we will do the commutative law, then associative law, existence of additive entity, the existence of additive inverse. These all rules are same as that we have already done with integers, but let us see them quickly. Commutative law says that if there are two matrices A and B of the same order, then A plus B is equal to B plus A. So if you are changing the and interchanging the position of the matrices in addition, the result will not change. Associative law, what it does, it say if three matrices are there, A, B and C, of course the all three should be in same order, because until and unless all the matrices are not of the same order, we cannot add them. So here it says that if you first add two matrices and then result to the third matrices in any order, that means if you add A plus B and then C, or if you first add B plus C and then add to A, result is same, no matter which two first you are adding. So additive identity. Additive identity means if A is a matrix of M into N, then O, B and M into N0 matrix, then A plus O is equal to O plus A is equal to A. In other words, O is the additive identity of matrix addition. See, whenever we had done integers, there we had already seen that there is an additive identity exists for integers. That means that identity when added to any integer does not changes the result. That means whenever our identity is added to an integer, the result is the same integer. That means identity, addition of identity or subtraction of identity to any term does not change the term. Here also the same thing. That means if a zero matrix is added to any matrix, the result is always the same matrix. So we can say that the zero matrix is always identity matrix for any type of matrix. Now here the zero matrix should be of the same order to which you are adding. That means the matrix to which you are adding the zero matrix, both should be of the same order. Now additive inverse, in integer you have seen that the number which when added to another integer gives result 0 is called additive inverse. In similar order, if you have got two matrices A and B, and whenever you are adding A and B and getting a zero matrix, then it is said that A is inverse of B or B is inverse of A in additive. You can say additive inverse. Let us see one in another way. Here what we say, minus 1 is the additive inverse of A. That means the negative number, see here, A is added with minus A, then the result is a 0 matrix. So minus A or negative of A is the additive inverse of A. So these things you will have to keep in mind while solving the problem. There we will not be discussing how it is happening, but you will have to know each and everything. Now the properties of scalar multiplication of matrix. Let us consider there are two matrices A and B of same order m into n, and there are two scalars k and l. So there exists a property that says that if addition of matrices is multiplied by a scalar, the result is the same as that scalar is first multiplied by individual matrices and then the results are added. Similarly, if two scalars are added and then multiplied by a matrix, the result is the same, that both these scalars are multiplied by both scalars are separately multiplied by that matrix and then the results are added, both results will be same. Let us see how it is possible one by one. We are proving how these things happen. So left hand side we have got this one. So if we write in terms of element, we can write A and matrix A and matrix B like that. Now if this exists, we know that if two matrices are added, corresponding element will be added. So we have added the corresponding element, and again the multiplication of scalar with matrix. That means if these are the elements of matrix and a scalar is being multiplied, we will get this one. Now since these all are individual values, so we can distributive, or we can link this one like that again. So this one shows that this is matrix A and this is matrix B. So these both can be written separately, and thus we have proved that one. Similarly, we will be showing the second one also. You can see let us switch me on the pane. So we can see one by one here. Again we are adding. You can see this scalar is multiplied by individual element of matrix. So individual element of matrix is being multiplied. Multiplication sign is there. So and that is resulting in separate matrices that was to be shown. Now let us solve some question over here. The question is, construct a 2 into 2 matrices. This is assumed whose element are AI is equal to 2aij. That means the equation is given that the ijth element is equal to 2ij. So how we will be finding? It is very simple. First thing you will have to think, you will have to calculate how many elements will be there and all the possible combination of the matrix. The order of matrix here is what? 2 into 2, that means order is 4. 2 rows and 2 columns. So here you can see row 1 and row 2, column 1 and column 2. So 2 rows and 2 columns are there. So there are 4 elements. This is these 2 elements are from row 1 and these 2 elements are from row 2. So first our job is to find out each and every element. Since aij is equal to 2aij, so here you can see a11. Now in place of I we are using 1 and j is 1. So placing in this particular equation we are getting 2. Similarly The second element I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 2. We are getting 4 here, I and j. Again second row, first element 2 and 1, I is 2, j is 1. Again I is 2 and j is 2. So we are getting the value 8. Next step, we have got all the value a11, a12, a121. So the value, by replacing all the values, we will get the matrix a21, and that is 2, 4, 4 and 8. So this way we can solve, we can create a matrix if the equation of the matrix is given. There may be some more complex equations, but you are very familiar with all these solving equations, so that is not a problem for you. Now I will take another type of example. Find the value of x, y and z from the following equation. Now if we have given two equation here, a is equal to b. Now let us see this, say that this is a and this is b. So how we will solve? So if we remember, according to the rule of equality of matrix, we know that two matrices are equal only when both are of same order and their corresponding element are equal. That means, if we are saying that, we can say if corresponding element of the matrices are same for the same order of two matrices, then both the matrices are equal. So here we are doing the reverse. That means it is given that both the matrices are equal. Then as per this particular rule, we can say that here if we equate 4 with y, we are getting y is equal to 4, z is equal to 3, x is equal to 1. 5 is equal to 5 is again showing that we are moving on correct steps. So equating, we get x is equal to 1, y is equal to 4 and z is equal to 3. Let us repeat over here again. X is equal to corresponding element, y is equal to 4 corresponding element, z is equal to 3, it is again the corresponding element, and we are getting the value of x, y and z. So again I think it is easy for you to solve. Sometimes you may get in place of simple variable, you can get here an expression. So again you will have to solve that expression to find the value of that particular variable over there. Next, the third problem. Here we have been given two matrices. Suppose A and B of two matrices are given and we have to find this particular solution. What we will be doing? Let us see how we are doing. Let us see if the first the matrices, the B is here and A is. So first what we will do, we will just solve this particular equation in such a way that we are getting something like x is equal to something. So let us solve one by one. We have, just let me remove it. Erase all things on the slide, then let us move. So if we have been given this one, what we are doing here? Subtracting -2 from both the sides. We can do, this is a rule. If we are subtracting from both the sides, the equation remains the same. Now since matrix addition is commutative, so we can interchange these two values, this one and this one. So this one and this one are interchanged. Next step, since 2a and -2a both are additive inverse, so what will happen? If we will add these two, we will get O, that is 0 matrix. Rest are the same. Again we can omit 0 matrix because 0 matrix plus any other matrix will give the same matrix. Why? Because 0 matrix is the additive identity, and if additive and identity is there, then by adding an additive identity with any matrix, the result is the same matrix. So from here we get x is equal to 1 by 3 5b minus 2a. That means we will have to find this value to obtain the value of x. So how we will find this value? Let us see one by one. We will start substituting the values of b and a over here. So you can see 1 by 3, 5, and this is matrix B. This is minus sign. This is 2. This is A. Now scalar multiplication, that means we will multiply this particular number with each and every terms of this particular matrix. So what we will get? 5 into 3 is 15. 5 into 2 is 10. 5 into 5 25. 5 into 7 35. Similarly we are getting 40 and 20. Same way here we have got 2 multiplied by a and we are getting this 12. 2 multiplied by 6. 2 multiplied by 7 is here 14. 2 multiplied by 1 2. Similarly we are getting 18, 6 and 4 by multiplying 9 with 2, 3 with 2 and 2 with 2. So we are getting this one. Now this is the same equation that we have got the earlier. Now if you solve this equation, what will become? This is addition. Generally we can say addition or subtraction of two matrices. So what will happen? Corresponding element will be added or subtracted. That means 15 and 12 minus what we will get? 3. 10 and 18 if you subtract, we are getting minus 8. 25 and 2, 25 minus 2, we are getting 23. 40 minus 14 is 26. 35 minus 6 is 29. 20 minus 4 is 16. So we have got this particular result. Now again a scalar is there in multiplication. So if we multiply this one, what we will get? 1 by 3 multiplied by 3 is we will get 1. Minus 8 by 3, 23 by 3. So each and every matrix is again divided by this particular 3, as we are getting 1 by 3 multiplied by 1 by 3. That means simply we will be dividing each and every element by 3. So we have got the result. So this one is the required result that we have got. We can further write it in a mixed fraction format. This is, you can see, improper fraction. So you can write in the mixed fraction also. I hope today's class will help you a lot in solving matrix problems. In next tutorial we will be coming back with multiplication of matrix. I will try to today what we have done: properties of matrix, properties of scalar multiplication of matrix, and solving example of matrices. Thank you very much. Hoping you to meet in the next tutorial with multiplication of matrices. Thank you.